Hi, welcome to Joanna's DIY Life. Today, we're going to be doing some Shabby Chic Valentine DIYs. Now let's get crafty. First of all, we are going to take a piece of fabric. I have just white cotton fabric, a piece of freezer paper, a piece of printer paper. Mine is legal size, but you can use regular. It really doesn't matter. This is just what I had on hand. So I'm going to take my computer paper and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to use my Cricut ruler. This thing is awesome for sewing, y'all. And I am just going to trace around my paper. Now you can pin it and cut it if you don't have the rotary cutter or the ruler or whatever. No big deal. Just, pin it down or hold it down and then cut it with your scissors. But I'm just trimming mine because this is just easier, and So when I get this trimmed, I am going to just pull off a piece of freezer paper, and then we're going to go to the ironing board. And I will tell you that this is a rotary cutter that I use for paper. It is not my fabric one. Okay, so we're going to set our iron on cotton, no steam, and we are just going to run it over the paper and tack it down. Then I will flip it over and I will iron over my paper. This will not harm your ironing surface at all. But the goal is to make sure that your paper and your fabric are both fused and ironed together so they will run through your printer smoothly. After I iron it, I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to trim the paper off. Then I'm going to iron it one last time to make sure it's all stuck down. Then we're going to go over here, and I am doing this in my Silhouette Studio. So what I done was I just found a picture on Google and I put it in my Silhouette software. And I look like I'm thinking about it on the other side of that thing. But I'm sizing it to fit my paper. Then I'm going to print. You don't have to have a Cameo to do this necessarily. You can print from your Cricut if you have that, or you can just print it from your pictures on a letter size or whatever size paper you have, but you should print high quality. So now I am just going to peel my freezer paper off my fabric, and you can use that freezer paper a couple times before you have to retire it. And now I'm taking the printer paper, and I don't know why I cut my heart this way. I went backwards. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to fix it. So I just took a piece of paper and cut my heart out. Now, you can print one from Google or, whatever you want to do to get your heart size. Make it, a size where you can put it on your fabric where it fits. And then I have a glass cutting board that I'm working on so I don't get glue on my mat. But I'm going to take these and I am going to fold my fabric and fold my heart so I have one cut. And I'm just going to take my clips. These are hair clips. I get them from Hobby Lobby when they go on sale. They're just a small little hair clips. And I have a container from Harbor Freight. It's actually for nuts and bolts and stuff, and they stick in there. So if I drop it, my things, not all of them, will go flying and, and whatnot. So now I'm taking pinking shears, and these are just scissors that have notches in them, but you do have to have the ones for fabric. The ones for paper will not cut fabric. And I'm just going around my paper heart. And this is just going to be a decorative border you can leave there if you choose to. Now, I am going to flip them wrong sides together, right sides out, okay? And I'm just going to pin it, or clip it, whatever. You can pin it, clip it, just to hold it. So that way it doesn't shift. And I'm using fabric glue. And I'm just going to put a bead of fabric glue inside a little piece around the edge of the heart and glue all of the sides together except one little piece so that I can stuff it. And I'm just going to take stuffing from my pillows that I buy. It's cheaper to buy pillows, cheap pillows, than it is bags of polyfill. And they work just fine. So I'm just going to take little bits at a time and poke them in my heart and stuff it, not real firm, but pretty good. After I do that, you know, I've got this little hole here. So I'm just going to push your stuffing in. Take your glue and just smush it down. Easy peasy. Close your little gap there. And at this point, you can leave it like it is, but I'm going to take a scrub brush that I found at Dollar Tree, and I use this in my craft room only. I don't get it dirty or anything, and I just rub it across my fabric, and this is how I fray my edges a lot of times, see? So it will look like that. And now I'm just going to take this cute little ribbon that I had in my stash. Like I said before, I'm just trying to use things that I already have on hand. And I had this from who knows when. And I'm just going to make an easy, simple little bow to go on there. So I'm just going to cut a piece off, maybe, eventually. Aha. And then I am going to take you can use thread. I use dental floss. But you take your thread or your string or whatever, and you just tie around the center of your bow so that holds it. And then tie that off in the back. And then I am going to take a piece and I'm going to make a center. And I am swaying back and forth. Y'all, I got music playing, okay? So don't mind me. I hope I don't make you sick swaying. But anyways, I just tack it in the back, run it around, and then I'm tacking it again. And it's done. Now I'm just going to glue it to the top of this heart. And this heart is complete. You can leave it as is or make a hanger. I am going to put a little bead hanger, and I got this from Hobby Lobby in the wedding section. It's His and Hers, and His and Hers goes on sale every other week as well. You just have to check their website and find out when the sales are. But I just put these on there, and that's what I'm going to use for the hanger. Now I'm done. Okay, for the second one, I had to make another heart because that one was too big. So I'm going to take just muslin fabric is all this is. And I am going to take this roll of lace that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to fold it so that I don't have to cut so many times. And they'll be the same. So there's 2 pieces of fabric together and 2 pieces of lace. Okay, you want to make sure that you're on the fabric because sometimes it's not folded evenly. So I'm just going to pin my heart down, and then I'm going to cut all these out at the same time. Right now I'm just going to fussy cut to get it out and get everything out of my way, and then I'm going to cut it out. So now that I have it cut out, I am going to remove my pins, of course, and then I need to fixate my lace on top of the fabric so that I could sew it. So I am going to use my 505 temporary basting spray. Quilters, I know, use this a lot, but I use it quite often when I'm sewing and making stuff. So you just spray it on a light coat and then stick your lace down on top, and it will stay so that you're able to put these two together, and it's like having one fabric instead of two pieces, and then two instead of the 4 pieces, if that makes sense. It did to me, but then again, my mind ain't like anybody else's, so you know, you get what I'm doing. So when I get them together, I'm just going to use my clips and clip it. And then this one, instead of gluing, I am going to go to my machine and I am going to sew it along the edge. You can hand sew it if you want to. Just make sure you leave a gap for turning. I don't know if you noticed, but I started flipping it, and before I realized that I had to trim, you have to clip around this heart and in the center so that you can turn it and it lays flat, and I totally forgot. So when you clip it, just clip little notches and make sure you don't clip through your thread, or you'll have to re-sew it in some. So now once it's clipped, I'm going to turn it and then I'm going to stuff it. Okay, at this point, I just started to laugh. This obviously is not, it's not looking right, okay? I'm continuing to stuff it. I'm trying to flatten it, and y'all, I just give up. I'm sewing the side up, okay? You can actually glue this if you wanted to, but I'm just doing a ladder stitch to stitch up my side. And I was going to edit this out, but I just left it in to show you that, you know, things can be imperfect and mistakes can be made. And I'll show you how I end up correcting it. Just bear with me here. Okay, so I've stitched it and I've clipped my thread and I'm trying to maneuver. That just looks like a cheap bra job, okay? That just it looks pitiful. I can't stand it, okay? I'm just gonna go with it. I'm trying to pretend it doesn't look that bad, and I'm thinking once I get my, you know, my embellishments on there, it's gonna look better. But y'all, it looks like I said, a cheap defective bra, and I can't handle it. I'll show you. You can watch me decorate it, and then I'll show you what I do to remedy that in a minute. But I am just right now I am wrapping beads that I got from Hobby Lobby around there, and securing them down. You do not have to use fabric glue. You can use regular glue. I found out, you know, that it's just about the same as far as glue is glue, okay? So yeah. So now I got them on there, and these are flowers from the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. And before I glue the flower down, I've got this beautiful little heart lace that I found in my stash. And I'm just going to glue this down. I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to run it between my pearls. All right. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I'm going to do this between both sets of pearls, and then I'm going to tack it in the back. Whew. Then I will make sure all this stuff is secure, and then glue my little flower, my rose thing right down on there. And this will be my second Shabby Chic project. Y'all, I can't even. Okay? I can't do this. Whew. All right. So I thought it needed a bow. So I am just going to make a finger bow by twisting around, and you go around, over, under, and then go over there, and then go back and catch it through. Y'all can rewind that if you need to see that again. Anyways, then you just adjust and pull your little loops tight. And then I'm going to glue that on once I trim my tails. I'm about to lose it. Y'all have no idea. My sense of humor is awkward and sometimes crude, and I apologize. I am what I am. The Lord's still working on me, y'all, so just bear with me and pray for me, I guess, if you don't like it. But anyways, I'm gluing this right down on there, because I just thought for some reason a bow would cover things up and make it look better. Pardon me. Oh my God, but it didn't. So I took and stitched up the middle, to make it look a little more perky and maybe younger looking heart. Okay, we're done. All right. Anyways, I don't know how this one came out looking better, but I just made another one. And of course I have to do one that's rustic. So I just wrapped some burlap ribbon that I had from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to take twine, wrap it around my fingers. I'm going to take the same twine and I'm going to tie it, and then I'm going to wrap it around my fingers again, and then I am going to take the thread in a minute when I get it all wound, and tie them all together. Now I'm just going to, after I tie it, I'm going to fan it all out and glue it down. After it looks like I fan it out again. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, well now, when I get happy with it, I'm going to glue it down before my glue dries. I promise. Yeah, there you go. All right. Then I'm going to trim these little straggly things. This video's a mess. Now I'm just going to glue this burlap rose that I had down, and you have to hold it for a minute so the glue can set, and make sure it's glued down good, and then I am done. And you can actually add a pearl in the middle of the rose, and I didn't do that because it just now crossed my mind, but it would be really cute in the middle of that rose there. But there you go. There's that one. And you can add a burlap hanger on the back, and you are done. And here they are, all done and fixed. And the one in the middle is definitely my absolute favorite. The first one was definitely the most interesting, but yeah, but there they all three are, and I like them all. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel and becoming part of my YouTube family, and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Remember, you are a blessing. Thank you for watching. Bye.